Weather coverage you can count on with Chief Meteorologist Kate McKenna and the Wave 31 Storm Tracker Early Warning Radar Network.
For the past several days, we've been tracking this risk for severe weather for your New Year's Day. And now we are hours away, of course, from the start of 22, and we are several hours away from the start of this severe weather event. So as far as the tornado risk goes, it's kind of a twofold threat in the sense that we can see embedded tornadoes along a line of storms ahead of a cold front, but more concerning, we can also see individual rotating thunderstorms ahead of that line. And when I say more concerning, I mean that's the greatest risk for strong tornadoes, EF2 and stronger. Generally speaking, though, the risk for tornadoes is kind of a middle of the road moderate threat for us on Saturday. There's also a higher threat here, a more widespread risk for just damaging straight line wind along that line of storms. And of course, with any stronger thunderstorms ahead of that line, there's also the threat for large hail with those individual rotating thunderstorms. And as far as flooding goes, that's a risk for us as well, especially as this starts to slow down a little bit, and especially in areas that continually get that heavy rain over the same spots. Here's the Wave 31 Storm Tracker Early Warning Radar Network right now. It's still fairly quiet, and for the most part, we expect it to stay that way tonight. We can get spotty showers here and there, but the bulk of the activity is farther to the north, right along the Ohio River Valley, and then extending out towards the southwest, all the way out into the plains. We've got some thunderstorms there as well. So this is what it looks like in motion. You'll see that these showers are going to be kind of skirting from west to east, not so much heading our direction anytime soon. As far as Saturday goes, from start to finish, this is what we've got on the board here. A few showers and thunderstorms in the morning. Rain chances, though, really ramp up later in the evening. And the longer we have for some breaks in the cloud cover, for some sunshine to be worked in by all of the wind that we're going to have tomorrow, that's going to allow those severe thunderstorms to really get going and provide that fuel here. So I'll show you what it looks like on future radar in just a second. But this is that outlined risk area one more time. It is all of North Alabama. There is not one location that has a greater risk than another. And that's also the same to be said for that risk for a strong tornado. Everyone within North Alabama has that risk for an EF2 or stronger tornado. Even a few strong tornadoes are going to be a possibility on our Saturday. That level 3 out of 5, that's an enhanced risk, meaning numerous severe storms. Now let's get going here on future radar through the rest of tonight into early tomorrow morning. I'll stop this at 6 a.m. and this is when we've just got showers continuing to stream in from the southwest. Here's 10 a.m. still relatively quiet. Things start to get going as we get into the afternoon. Here's 3 o'clock. Notice a couple of sun breaks here and there, and keep your eye on these thunderstorms that are drifting out of the southwest, strengthening as they're pushing towards the northeast. And notice this is the most recent run of this model source. This is what I saw come down a couple hours ago, and I'm still seeing the same characteristics as I was earlier this evening. These still hook echo shapes showing up in the simulated radar. So that's the concern for these rotating thunderstorms producing tornadoes ahead of the main line. But it's not just a single line of thunderstorms coming through. Notice that there are clusters here of these rotating storms. 7 o'clock tomorrow evening, all of us still under the same threat. Here's 9 o'clock tomorrow night. You'll start to see this line take shape off to the west, but we can still see rotation embedded within this line. And finally, the backside of this is moving across the I-65 corridor by 11 o'clock tomorrow night. As we continue now all the way to 1 a.m., even that very tail end of the system here can show signs of rotation before it's finally out of here. We're all said and done between 2 and 3 o'clock tomorrow morning. I should say Sunday morning. And then by the time we get into Sunday afternoon, look at this swath of snow that comes in 5 o'clock Sunday evening, all the way to 8 o'clock. All the way now to midnight into Monday morning. Not expecting much in the way of accumulation, but we can see some slick spots with maybe some bridges and overpasses and some light accumulations on elevated surfaces. Timeline 2 p.m. to 2 a.m. start to finish with this event. So always have multiple ways to receive warnings, know where to take shelter, have a plan before we get into tomorrow afternoon. Your 7-day forecast looks like this, much colder to say the least behind this cold front.